Shut up, I'm singing.
Stop. Elaborate and listen.
We're sorry, but our Smeggy's in another castle.
Oh, shit. We're not doing video game chat tonight. All right. Anyways, welcome to Hit or Miss. I'm Night Strike, and I have a full panel tonight.
You have a train wreck of a show starting.
I don't think it's a sane panel, but with sanity these days, right?
Crazy train.
We're
The
doing it.
whistles go.
Right.
Woo!
All right, I'll introduce my panelists here tonight. I'll just go in the order I see it as. Okay.
Contra!
No, that's Metroid.
That's Contra.
No, that's Contra.
Is that Contra?
Yeah, and that's now my
on left, right, BA, select, start.
The Konami code. Anyways, Goose, what's going on?
I still have that video game over there. I need to play that one again. Sundays, Reloaders chat. We went for about 2.5 to 3 hours. Last week, Hottie rolled his first 223 online live. It was awesome. We're gonna do it again this weekend.
I have to make a joke. So you popped his reloading cherry.
Yes, live on air. All you guys could have watched, tuned in, and watched.
Well, you can it's still on YouTube. You could go watch it if you want to.
Definitely.
Well, technically, I think I popped my own reloading cherry, right?
You did it on the internet, so it was like full frontal reloading.
I did have the help of some good people, though.
Yeah, right. And if you have any questions, about reloading, there is a website out or a Gmail account out there. Gun Channels Reloaders at gmail.com. Go ahead and send questions. We'll get back with you, or we may even make it into an hour podcast if it's a good question. So, yeah.
Awesome. All right.
Join us on Sundays.
Nathan, what's going on?
Not much. Making holsters, the usual.
Holsters, you say? So if anyone needs a nice, authentic, made in the USA, made in Texas holster,
Made in Texas.
go to sheepdogleather.com. And I'm not being paid for this. I'm doing this out of my own will. So anyone who thinks I'm getting paid, I'm not right now.
Holsters? What is this holster thing? I thought you just stick it in your pants and go.
I thought you just slung it over your shoulder, but
Anyway, about Mexican carry tonight, really?
No.
No. It's the
like
fat
to call
roll
it
carry. I just pick up my belly. I just pick up my belly, put it against my thigh, and let my belly, fall down.
All right.
Caitlin carrying.
All right. Sean, what's going on?
I'm just chilling, watching basketball, drinking beer. You know how it works.
That would be an awesome evening, except for the basketball.
Well, my team lost, so.
Yeah, I mean, you should be watching the World Series right now because it's baseball. It's American.
Yeah, go Cubbies.
Go Cubs. No, not at all. Smegs, what's up?
Same old, man. Just chilling out, the usual. Tomorrow is Every Second Matters. So everyone go check out Every Second Matters on the 2nd of every month and whatnot.
Long format show.
And if you don't know what that is, then I don't know how you found this one, because I figure we're just preaching to the choir with this thing. But basically, it's it's all the pro-gun groups, and sometimes they have different people from whatever state level group or federal level group. They jump in, kind of give a summary of, hey, this is what we've done, this is what we're working on, this is what we need help with. In fact, there's actually a video from the oh my god, what is that? The silencer thing, NFA Freedom Alliance, and they put a video up a while back, just a short little 5-minute video. But I think we're gonna try and find some time to play that I asked on YouTube, like, hey, can we share this? And he's like, yeah, dude, knock yourself out. It'd be cool if we could get that guy in person to jump in, but it will at least have a little 5-minute summary. And it's like exactly what Every Second Matters is about.
We're not James Yeager, so I don't think we can get him on here.
Well, whatever. I mean, that specific dude, I forget his name, but he's the one that replied to my comment saying, yeah, share it with everyone you know. Like, that's awesome. They're doing some like raffle to raise money or something.
So don't forget to check out everysecondmatters.com.
What was that?
Everysecondmatters.com.
Yeah.
It's actually going to start right after the Daily Gun Show tomorrow, and G said it's going to be in long show format, so it's going to be hours. Like, you're going to have 5 or 6 hours at least.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he always does it long. And then people jump in when they can, you know. Sometimes they're there for the whole time. Other times people jump in. Because especially if it's actually...
He sends out invites beforehand, too, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, I just got his email.
Yeah, I did, too.
I'm going to try and forward it to some of the Michigan groups. Just kind of cold call them. Like, hey, you have no idea who I am, but you should show up. And we'll see what happens.
Good luck to you on that one, sir.
Because that's one of the things, if I can hog some more time of, you know, half my show, I'll just use up my half now, and then you guys can talk about whatever. But, G's came out before.
Let me finish introducing the panel. First.
No, I'm hogging the time. And then you can.
I want to go again. It's my turn.
God damn it, it's my show.
Schaefer wants the mic.
But listen, he needs help, man. Like, this is not a one-person job. We can't expect, like, oh, well, G-Web just is going to go get everyone in the world and get them all on the show and stuff. We got to freaking step up and get kicked in the ass a little bit here. The fight of our life's coming up, and it's fucking important. Now I'm off my soapbox. Go ahead. Sorry, guys.
Right. All right. Well, I'm gonna try and make it tomorrow anyway, so we'll see what happens there. But Heavy B, what's going on?
Not much, chilling out back here in California behind enemy lines.
I'm sorry.
You guys don't suffer my fate.
I'm sorry.
Also, this Friday Night Sights, 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time on the Heavy B channel on YouTube and gunchannels.com/Heavy B.
I'm also going to try and make it there tomorrow too.
Well, it's not
tomorrow, but Friday. Excuse me.
Yeah, you could go there tomorrow.
I just
what the hell? All by yourself.
Hey, I'm everywhere and anywhere. Okay.
Days.
All right. Too Hottie, what's going on?
Not much. Just priming some brass. Just got through my first reloading disaster, stuck case and all that good stuff. But I got worked through it. It's all good.
Awesome.
It won't be your
created
first.
a monster.
It might be your first, but it won't be your last.
Oh, God, no.
And last, but certainly not least, we have Travis P11, our Gun Channel's 338 Nerf Pua aficionado.
Hell yeah, I saw that yesterday. That was fantastic.
Thank you. It was actually, that was just one take, man. I just wanted to sit down and say, let's make a little gun review, not of a real gun, and see what happens. So I had fun making it. But hey, man, thank you for the invite. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, well,
how many views do you have on that?
75. No, I have not gone viral yet. I'm hoping
it's probably me like 10 times though, so you got to subtract those off.
And
I watched it multiple times.
I love it. It's great.
I've watched it 5 or 6 times myself.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
But I did comment on that video saying, "Hey, they're importing the Norinco ammunition again."
It's back, man. It's back. You get it at the Dollar Tree. Family Dollar carries it now. Yeah.
Oh my God, Family Dollar's got it now too. Well, they're not a dollar store.
No.
Dollar-ish.
Dollar Tree's a true one, but yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. Some of you might run away after I say this, but tonight we're going to delve into politics just so slightly. So if you want to run and scream in terror, go ahead.
Sorry, that was just your face.
It's not directly political. Let's just go ahead and disclose that. It's actually just something that sort of skims the edges.
It does skim the edges. We might get into politics just a little bit, but we're going to try.
So you're saying you're edging politics tonight?
Just barely.
Barely. All right. You guys are all aware of what's been going on in the news lately with the whole Trump's Hollywood star, right?
Yes.
The Walk of Fame.
You know, where that douchebag went and tore up the entire star.
Now, I saw a picture where they actually put the name back, but didn't have the concrete back.
No, they're redoing it.
Well, yeah, of course, but
the day
yeah,
after the day after that guy did that, apparently apparently she's I'm going to assume she's a Republican because she's pro-Trump. A homeless woman was trying to protect the star from getting any more damage than what was already incurred by that douchebag in California. And yes, I'm going to use the word douchebag. And if you don't like it, you don't have to listen to this show. I'm going to say how I'm going to say it. Anyways, she was trying to protect the star from getting any more damage, but apparently liberals think it's socially acceptable to mob a single fucking person and beat them up and throw videos of it on YouTube. They think that's a socially acceptable activity.
Oh yeah, because they're offended that someone would stand up,
have a viewpoint other than theirs.
That yeah, the hell.
You heard about this. This homeless lady who was trying to protect the star was basically beaten and recorded while she was being beaten by a mob of Hillary supporters.
By a mob
So
of liberals.
wait, who here hasn't beaten up a homeless woman for fun? I mean, come on, guys. I mean, what are y'all saying? Y'all are too good for that? You're right. It's like, who would beat a homeless woman up?
Hashtag hyperbole.
Who is not attacking you at all, and who thinks it's good to beat
Well, she
her
slept
up?
on it, right? After they restored it, she slept on it, and then this crowd showed up. They started jeering her, poking at her, and then
He had signs too.
some
that
asshole
said
from
stuff.
Bum Fights decided to start filming this, I guess.
Well, she had a sign, so she was a supporter because she had a sign, and I think it said something like "blah blah blah million illegal aliens," and we have 200,000 homeless people sleeping on the streets.
There's more than that.
Yeah, there's more than that, but either way, I don't care what party you're in, what
That's
you think,
unacceptable behavior from
it's
society.
not. And this has been a growing trend with liberals and pro Hillary supporters in general, where they're the same people who have rioted even violently. Trump rallies. They're the same people that have
But those were paid.
ganged up on this poor women. They might have been paid. They might not have been.
It doesn't matter if
we
they were
don't know.
paid or not. They went
I mean,
somewhere
rioters, not the one that did
to
it in Vegas
right.
or Los Angeles.
I mean, overall, okay. I'm generalizing. I'm not
seen
picking situations, but I'm trying to make a point.
Riot.
Well, what you're trying to say is this is not acceptable behavior for a modern society.
Yeah, and yet
We've
the liberals
denigrated to mob rule.
Older society.
it shouldn't be an acceptable behavior from anyone in our modern society that wants to be viewed as an intelligent and civilized person. This is not civilized.
That
This
is
not
literally strong arm assault. That is a criminal. That is a felony.
Right. Well, here's the thing. I want to read the comment G-Web's post. I don't know if you guys see the chat, but he's saying just because something happened doesn't mean everyone who's a Democrat is pro bums. Just for the record.
Pro bums.
No,
Or
I mean,
pro
that-
beating
that's very-
bums.
that's
Pro
very
beating.
true. But
So,
the thing is it's happening more and more frequent. It might just be because the news cycle is reporting it, or the news cycle that we watch is reporting it. Because you're not going to see it on CNN or
reports
anything
it is
like
the minority. The
Wait,
news
wait,
cycle in general is liberal.
that. Right.
There are Black Lives Matter people outside at this distance from the polling place, hassling people going in, saying, "Oh, who are you voting for? Who are you voting for?"
Which is
Anyone
also a felony.
they're trying to start a fight or something with.
Mhm.
And see, I'm just saying but like there's a certain area you can be away from the building, and then it gets kind of sketchy.
Right. I don't know. This is just not the behavior of a civilized society, and yet
not the
the
behavior of
media
any
doesn't
society.
report it properly enough to put a stop to this. And,
not any society, but
and
the
law
fact,
enforcement's not doing enough to stop it either.
Yeah, but the issue is that while G-Webs did say, not all Democrats or liberals are like that, but the issue is they're not doing anything to curb that behavior either. They're just letting these mobs get away with it just because they're doing it in the name of Hillary.
Well, here's something
that doesn't seem to make sense to me. Plus, the fact is, there should be repercussions for actions, and these people think that they can get away with things like this and not have repercussions on them, and they're only deluding themselves and fooling themselves that they're not going to get all their asses thrown in jail for.
Only if they're
Here's the funny conundrum is they'll go and beat up a defenseless person, but if somebody was there from Oath Keeper standing there, well, not in California, but if they were standing there open carrying, nobody would go up and mess with them. The mob would leave them alone. It's because it was a defenseless old lady that they could pick on and ridicule and do all that too. It's like,
it's definition mob mentality.
And the funny thing is the people who, like us, who are armed, who know what it is to, carry and everything, we won't go and behave that way because we know what it could lead to. And it's a lot more than a fist fight, or getting kicked on the ground. I mean, that's what's funny is the restraint of the people who are, ex-soldiers, veterans, things like that. The restraint they show on just
These are the same kinds of people who spit on my dad when he came back from Vietnam.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's okay to spit on them, to start fights with
They're not
to call them.
Are they?
I don't know. It's just that whole situation really pisses me off that they would do that to someone who's already defenseless.
Well, okay, I'll give you a light at the end of the tunnel. Donald Trump already announced that he has people looking for this woman so he can do something for her.
Good.
As a token of good faith, because
he should tell her that she should go to the closest Trump-owned real estate.
He's going to give her a job. I mean, I can almost guarantee that.
And a roof over her head, so she's not living on the street anymore?
Without a doubt. He's going to give her a job if he finds out who she is. If she has access to some kind of news, or if somebody recognizes her and say, hey, you have touched him in such a way that he wants to find you.
Look here. Look at my homeless lady. Look at my homeless lady here. I love her.
Nah, I don't think he would exploit her like that. I just think he would find her as an agent.
I would.
If anything, what he would do is he would give her a job and have her probably be one of his people aides standing up on stage with him as he's doing a rally or a speech.
Maybe.
That's probably the most he would do.
It depends on her desire of anonymity or not.
Right. Of course.
Well, they do know what her name is. There was a guy that came out and accused her of being a plant for Trump, and he came back and pulled his video when he found out that she actually was. His name's Mundane Matt. He's got a channel on YouTube, and he came back and he renounced and apologized to the lady and didn't realize she really was a homeless person. And so they do know her name, but it
doesn't matter if she was homeless or if she was a plant. That's a mob beating up.
Oh no, I know. I agree completely.
A person beating up someone, that's a freaking assault. And a mob doing it, it could almost be a terrorist thing.
Well, what's even more hilarious is
not
the
assault
party
because
will accuse the other
assault
side
is the attempted attack. The assault is attempted attack. The battery is the actual physical attack.
Okay.
Well, and if I'm not mistaken, the picture I saw had a white hand holding a cell phone, and that lady was on the ground was clearly African American. So that could be
hate crime.
Hate crime, yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
It's going to take a really good prosecutor and a really, really open-minded judge to say that's a hate crime.
They are in California.
Oh.
When you think about it, I'm sure there's a certain percentage of people that are homeless, if not a lot, that suffer from mental illness, and it's like this person maybe would even be coherent enough to even know how to defend themselves. There's people that are down on their luck, but you're picking on somebody that may not even be able to defend themselves. I don't know. I'm just thinking that's about as bad as you can get as a human being, picking on another person.
And that's another thing, is that since she's homeless. I mean, a mob beating up on a homeless person. I know the Democrats and the liberals, or the liberals that are in these mobs, they sink pretty low, but I think it's pretty damn low to sink to beat up a homeless person in general. I mean, you should know better.
Even if they didn't think she was homeless, it would still be, horrible for beating up anyone.
You just got to use their words against them. It's deplorable.
Yeah.
Right. Deplorable.
That's all you got to say. It's deplorable.
Yeah. All right. So I just want
one simple question.
Oh God, you're here.
Is that Matt?
You must.
I just want to ask one question real quick.
Hell yes.
Is there anybody in here that thinks that people who were already going to vote for Hillary Clinton are somehow going to look at this and go, oh, I shouldn't vote for Clinton. I should vote for Trump.
Only independents, maybe.
No. This is not going to affect any voter.
This isn't anyone's
period. This is not. If emails and FBI investigations and all this other crap has not, this is not going to do. And this is something we can, of course, point to say how ridiculously hypocritical liberals are. That's great. But when it comes to the election, this does nothing.
No.
Not one single voter changes their vote because of this.
Sad, isn't it?
Right.
It is. It's pathetic. Is what it is. That's the state. That's the state of the country we live in. That so many people just would overlook something like this because there was a time when they probably wouldn't have. But yeah,
when America had standards.
Wait, what? We had standards at one point?
Yeah, I think
absolutely we did.
I think it ended in 19.
Some of us still do have standards. So.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, but we're talking about
wake up, America,
nationwide standards. That someone from the East Coast and West Coast would have generally the same standards, just like someone from Michigan and Georgia would have somewhat the same standards. Now it's you got to find maybe one or two people in a crowd of person that has anything remotely close to standards. Sorry. I'll get off my high horse.
No, that was actually a very good point, Foos. So it's okay.
Holy shit! I made a good point.
You did. You really did.
You didn't say aliens.
We've been
every once in a while.
For, I don't even know how long. I mean, we're talking almost 2 years, Foos. We've been grooming you, and you did it. You finally. It's.
You've made it.
The slow clap. I got the slow clap finally.
Is there a slow clap badge in gun channels?
There needs to be.
There needs to be.
G-Webs, if you're out there, a slow clap chat. I mean, a slow clap.
That's actually a really good idea for a patch. Just patch. Two hands, just kind of sitting right next to each other.
They got to be apart, so it's not praying.
Yeah, they got to be slightly apart.
Just like
that is awesome.
A little spark.
That's a great patch. I mean, if we can get the chairs against the wall patch, we can get a slow clap patch.
Yes.
And he is listening to this. He's out there in the chat. He is listening to this. So
he's probably taking notes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you really want a patch for getting the clap though? I mean, jeez, God, guys. Work with me here. Slow clap at that.
It is a quote unquote badge of honor.
Oof.
So
yep.
Oh jeez. Yeah, but G-Webs did say that he feels like his standards are higher than anyone in Texas or Georgia. So.
Oh.
Wow, it's a good thing I'm not in either state.
I agree with him. I think mine are too. Even if I do live in California, just because I'm here I'm here physically. But in my mind and in my heart, I'm
you're in your own la land.
Probably. In his mind, in his heart, he's in Texas.
Oh, come on. You all know you want me to run the country for you guys.
You probably couldn't do any worse.
You can do better than two people running.
Right.
Yeah, somebody said to me earlier something about Reagan being an actor, and I was like, at this point, I would take anyone, Hollywood actor or not.
I'm still saying
Any
I've
of
been
the
saying this-
Kardashians.
I've
Any
been
of
saying-
them.
Come on, no.
No. I have been saying this for the last 8 years, and I'm going to continue saying this. I miss George W.
Okay, that's terrible, but anyway, I know we're at that point. But
We are at that point where
we need a game.
that makes sense to miss him.
Here's the game. Name the worst person in Hollywood you would pick over these two.
The worst person. Jack
Crap.
Black.
Gary Busey.
Alec
no.
Baldwin, Alec
That
Baldwin,
humor bitch.
Matt Damon.
No, I've got it.
No, because he's anti.
I've got it. Charlie Sheen.
He's dying.
Dude, Charlie Sheen would
Charlie
have.
Sheen is like Alex Jones' best fucking friend. Like those two, like I swear they suck each other off on the daily.
Well, remember, Charlie Sheen has tiger blood. He's good.
Yeah, he's got AIDS-infected tiger blood. That's what he got.
I'm very close to saying Gary Busey.
that African monkey fucked that tiger before it fucked Charlie
No,
Sheen.
Gary Busey is
gave him
like
his blood,
your out in left field libertarian.
Hey, you can't steal my. You keep
With little L.
Yeah.
What?
All right. I
I
have no
said
idea
you're
where
stealing my guy.
with this. I have no idea where we're going with this, but Travis,
This
you
is what
mentioned
makes
you
it
wanted-
entertaining. You don't need to
This is
know.
definitely the miss part of the
It
program.
may be.
Oh, wait. Since we're talking about Hollywood, I want to share something with you guys.
No.
You hear that InBev, Anheuser-Busch, has pulled all the commercials with Seth Rogen and what's her
Schumer.
face?
Schumer.
Amy Schumer, because they've lost their ass in beer sales because of
Yes.
her agenda.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like putting the Dixie Chicks on Coors right before they talk smack. You're
Right?
right.
About Bush.
Yeah.
It's like she should have just shut the fuck up and stick to comedy.
Schumer and Rogen have been going hard after Donald, and that's forced them to
I
beer
liked
people.
her before I found her politics. I thought her shtick was funny, but
I did
you
too.
know,
And then, you
then
just
she
stopped
became
watching
political
that.
just because her great uncle is fucking what's the guy in New York, Schumer, and it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
really
Fuck Schumer.
Chuck
Yeah.
Schumer. Yeah,
I mean, I'm sorry, Chuck Schumer.
yeah, and it's like that did not help your career whatsoever.
No, it didn't.
It ruined it probably.
I don't know about ruined, but it was definitely enough to where
It put her at the top of the
she
list.
saw she saw the repercussions from it, both just in her public persona and monetarily.
Yeah.
She saw that, so it was enough to make
put
a
a
difference.
dent in her career for sure.
Yeah.
All right. There's another thing I wanted to bring up. Did
Thing
you
one or
hear
thing two?
more? We're going to talk about topics. Okay.
Oh,
Sure.
I'm going to be specific because if I don't be specific, you guys are going to rail me with jokes, and I don't want that right now.
Yeah,
You don't like getting railed?
Don't be specific.
being topical would be a first here. So
Yeah.
let's do it.
I
right.
just want to verify, Night Strike. You don't like being railed.
Shut up, Matt.
Railed
Okay,
with
I'm just
Y.
saying. I'm
Well,
sorry. Maybe it's
the correct answer
the
would
4 shots of vodka. I just thought that was
do
a
not
question
like
I
to
was asking.
be railed.
I think.
And as for topical, I understand that's a regular thing in Night Strike.
God
If
damn it.
I
anybody
mean, I don't
does.
mean to be a pain in the ass, but you sent me the link, and
The
you know
inmates,
I drank on
the
Tuesday
inmates are now
night, so-
running the asylum, and there is a Y in asylum.
Well, I'm going to be drinking tomorrow night because of what we're going over tomorrow night.
Oh, you
on
can
your
get
channel.
back at Matt tomorrow for that.
Well, that and tomorrow's Every Second Matters.
All right.
So he's
It's a
drinking
double
in
dose.
celebration.
I'll be drinking in celebration, then I'll be drinking in sadness.
All right, let's move along. What was your
All right. Anyways, did you hear that CNN fired that one news anchor because she had leaked one of those
Question.
those questions
Damn
for
it,
the
you didn't look at that.
DNC campaigns? When it was Hillary Clinton versus Bernie Sanders.
Donna Brazil.
Yeah.
we all heard that.
Yeah. What are your
Yeah, that's
thoughts?
like-
Two questions. Is anybody surprised, and does anything think it's going to matter in the election?
No.
Not at all.
No.
Yeah. See,
Not at all. But
She's
I
the
will say
current
that
interim chairperson of the DNC too. So
Yeah,
it's
she
like
just-
you can be fired from being on the news, but you could still run the fucking campaign for the cunt.
And she's getting paid more by the cunt than she probably is from CNN. So who gives a shit?
And what she
It
did
is-
is technically criminal too, and yet no charges have been filed against her.
By the way, Gangrenous.
Sorry, gangrenous.
Mega
Mighty
Mighty
Morphin.
Morphin Thunder Cunt. Let's just get that out there.
We need to add something. It's been gangrenous.
Festering.
It's been gangrenous for a while.
Festering.
Festering gangrenous?
Pus oozing.
Pus
no,
is too much. I don't know.
We got to think of something for tomorrow. We could add one tomorrow.
Well, yeah, we
Well,
should do that.
technically, gangrenous is pus oozing because it's like eating
Yeah.
away from
Shit's
everything.
falling
And
off.
Gangrene.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah.
I wonder why we don't have as many girls on gun channels.
I don't know, Smeggy, but you don't get to talk tonight because you were too chicken shit to show up to last night's chat. So I'm sorry. You don't.
I was
he has a
busy
good reason.
celebrating
He has a good
my
reason.
people's national holiday. Okay.
He did have
your
a good
peoples.
reason. Matt.
Your peoples.
Yeah.
The fuck
my
are you, a
peoples.
goddamn vampire? What the fuck?
No, he's a troll.
Apparently,
He's a Satanist.
Smeggy's a Wiccan.
I don't even know. I don't even
I don't even
care.
know what
All
I am.
know
I just like
is you
Halloween.
didn't Show up for the Halloween Guns and Ghouls podcast. So,
It was good too. Next
it
one
was.
was bad.
by the way,
ass.
watch Westworld, and I'm fucking right about that whole timeline shit.
Now I need to watch.
You're not
that
at
whole
all.
thing.
Yeah, I
How
am.
many
That,
episodes
that
is
young
this?
dude
Stop
is
it!
Ed Harris.
Stop it!
That
Stop
young
it.
dude is Ed Harris. So y'all can all just he verified it right there on the screen. So y'all have fun.
Make me watch this
Anyway.
shit.
All
No,
right.
I'm sorry, Nice Strike. I don't mean to hijack your shit. But.
No, you hijacked
This is your show, Matt. What are you talking about?
Well, I like, but I like to let Night Strike and Smeggy think it's theirs. You know what I'm saying? I like to let them pretend.
Give them hope.
Hope and change. Hope and change.
Damn it, Foos! Get out of my head.
I'm gonna be the PBR of the chat.
Oh,
You're wrong.
shit.
You're wrong, Night Strike. Your opinions suck.
Well, you know what, Matt? All I have to say to that is Bone Tomahawk.
Yeah, you're right. I don't give a shit.
Hey, Night Strike, where's your list?
What list?
Yeah. No shit, man.
Yeah. What the hell?
Where's your fucking
Your
list?
little list. Damn it! What's wrong with you, man?
This is my chat. I don't have to come up with the list. Not if I don't want to.
That's true. I do.
Yeah,
it
actually, a
on
good chat host usually has a list of topics.
By the way,
I do. It's just things are happening all at once. That's what it is.
Nathan, key point. You said a good host.
I know. I'm going to do a
I
YouTube
did
video
never-
on how to host chats for you, Night Strike. I'll share it personally.
Okay, good. You know, I need that reinforcement.
Those who
all
can't
right.
teach.
We're going to move on. We're going to talk a little about guns. We've all seen by now what the whole Springfield Armory Saint thing was.
we
right.
have, I don't even give a shit. If it says
It's-
Springfield Armory, I intentionally don't click on it. So I don't know.
Their whole Saint thing was just their whole hype to get everybody to pay their fucking overpriced AR-15s because they're making AR-15s now.
With some BCM mods on it, like grip, stock, and
It's all
forage.
BCM.
Of which you could just buy that from BCM and just pay the same amount or pay $100 less.
Yeah,
For what? Wait. For
it's like
what?
$700.
Who's making these ARs?
Remington.
Oh, really? Oh, good
Or-
for them.
So
Oh,
let
sorry.
me understand something. They decided to drop this shit. What is it available for sale yet?
I know there's reviews,
Or have they just announced it?
It's on their website, so they're hyping.
As far as I know, they just announced it. I don't know if they've sent out prototypes or review
There-
copies.
There are reviews out there, yeah.
They're kind of fundamentally retarded at this point because they should have jumped on the fucking AR bandwagon like 3 months ago.
I would
leading
say
up to
a
the
year
elections,
ago.
because now at this point, people are basically just going, "I'm not buying shit," because we're a week from the election. Either it goes one way, really, really bad, and I'm not going to be able to get anything, or it goes the other way, and I can still buy whatever the hell I want. So why do I care?
right?
So, I mean, this is kind of in my opinion, that's just marketing wise, that's a bad time to drop this particular announcement in an election year when you're a gun company and you should properly understand what this product may mean or bring to the market or the type of people looking for this. You know what I mean? It just
If they're
seems
smart about it, they would have dropped it 3 fucking years ago whenever there was an incredibly high demand and no supply.
So
true,
wait, who?
true.
Hold on,
But I mean, at the
hold on,
very
hold on.
least, not the week before the election.
Yeah, it's stupid.
That's stupid.
Well,
Yeah,
but-
bad timing.
So I'm asking who
And on top of
owns
the AK
Springfield Armory?
Well, and on top of that, sorry, the AK guy posted on Facebook that on Instagram that he's going to be coming out with a high-end AK under like the 1,000 mark. So it's the AK guy, the guy who's making the 50 caliber AK. He's also doing some like
50 caliber
American made.
AK.
Yeah,
You just got my attention.
yeah. But anyway, sorry. So I mean, there's another.
Apparently, Springfield Armory is privately held. It no one knows who owns it.
Just people who like.
Why
to
would
pretend.
they hold on? Why would they jump on the AR bandwagon this late in the game?
I don't know.
mean,
It seems
bragging
pretty
on someone
stupid.
who's going to
Ridiculous.
provide
It really
though.
seems pretty stupid at this point.
Better late than never. I mean,
Well,
Is it really better late than never at this point?
honestly, my guess is that, you know, like I've been saying for a while, because we all know Obama is the #1 gun salesman. Hillary wants to fucking top that.
Oh, Hillary
Yeah,
will be
there's
a
even
great
more
gun
money.
salesman. Hillary will be an amazing gun salesman for a few months until she makes it to where you can't fucking buy them anymore.
Yeah,
She'll be much better than
She'll
him.
put,
she'll
pretense,
surpass
she'll put the
Obama.
pretense out there trying to get it done. It'll get shut down. She'll make a buttload of money. She'll be like, all right, cool, let's do this again. And she's doing it to make money, dude. I mean, if
Do you think she'll get it done before
she
her
doesn't-
impeachment?
if she
Again?
does an assault weapons ban, then she's not going to make any more money. It's going to cut off one of her cash cows. She's not going to do that. She's into the money.
hold on. I got to say something about something real quick. I had a customer today. He said, "Oh, well, Congress is going to try to impeach Hillary, but then President Obama is going to pardon her." And I looked at him. I went,
It's too late now.
"Do you know how impeachment works? She can't be impeached till she's president, which means Obama's out. He can't pardon her."
Right. It's
Right.
too late to
Yeah.
even pardon her for the FBI investigation because he'll be out of office before this new investigation yields any
Well,
result.
you can only pardon a guilty verdict, right?
Right, exactly.
Correct.
So
There's
as long
no
as the
verdict
trial's
because
held
there's no
after.
trial right now yet.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
no,
you can't-
the trial could be
you
held
can't
before. It's
pardon.
just the verdict has to come after.
Right, and the verdict will come out
Yeah, you can't
long
say,
after the presidential
I
election.
give a
has been
presidential
determined.
pardon to Hillary on these allegations. You know, it's not gone to court yet. She's not guilty yet.
Right, he can't bail her out of something that hasn't happened yet.
Right.
So does anybody have any opinions on what's going on with the whole Hillary email bullshit?
Okay, well,
Honestly, at this
I'm just
point,
curious, 'cause
we
I-
just
I-
wait and see.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, the fact that it's happening literally a week before the election is kind of weird. And
You know,
Wait,
Rush
hold
brought
on.
up a good point the other day, though. He actually said, you don't have to find her guilty now. The fact that it's looming over her head is hurting her greatly this week.
oh, no. I mean, let's put this into perspective. This happens in any other election. The candidate that has it happen to them is
Toast.
done. They are
Absolutely.
fucking done. The fact that this is happening to a very highly disliked Hillary Clinton in a normal election cycle, she should be toast, period. This shouldn't even be a fucking... People should be laughing and joking. We should all be sitting here drinking and kicking back fucking
We
shots
are
of vodka right now. You know what I mean? Like, that's where we should be at this point. Not only is it the most hated woman in the country, but now she's got the FBI coming after her. You know, she's in the middle of an quote unquote unknown. We don't know what we're looking for, so you can pretty much make up whatever the hell you want about her investigation. This should be a slam dunk, right? Like, honestly, this should be a slam dunk. Like, there's at this point, the Republican nominee should be just like, he should be like fucking
Cruising
just pimping
victory.
it. He should be pimping it, man. He should be just like rolling back, going, "Yes,
See, if
I
it
am the
was
next
10,
president of the
cruising to
United
victory.
States." I mean, that is
Well, if
that
the
is
people
where
in the United States didn't have the memory capacity of a goldfish, maybe.
well,
But
not
2 days
even
from
that,
now,
man.
No, it's less
2
than a
days from now,
goldfish.
people won't even notice.
Nathan's
Yeah,
saying
but
this
no,
based
I-
on the deflection tactics of the media.
No, I'm saying, dude, if this, no, I think this is Donald Trump.
You're assuming something else isn't going to come out.
Well, I think this
something
hurts her
else.
more with fence sitters than it does with, like Matt said
Exactly.
earlier. Her party.
Exactly. No, this doesn't
people
just
will
hurt
still
her
vote
with
for her.
fence sitters. This also, I am hoping this, and I think it has a good chance of also hurting her with people who were reluctantly voting for her simply because they hated Donald Trump more.
Well,
And
what
I
about
think
the
I
leaks
think it
that-
helps to encourage those people, not necessarily to go vote for Donald Trump, because they're never going to fucking do that, but maybe just to do something as simple as stay the fuck home.
What about the leaks?
And that
about
helps.
Or about Bernie Sanders supporters, how she basically called them bumbling idiots. Okay, that hasn't gotten enough press coverage yet, because what that's supposed to do is that's supposed to either get them to stay home or maybe vote for Gary Johnson because they don't like Trump. Every vote that gets pulled away from Hillary towards Johnson doesn't technically hurt Trump. It's
No,
the votes
it
that
just
pull
helps him.
Trump away
It helps.
to Johnson that hurts him. But anything that pulls any vote away from Hillary helps Trump. So if they
Yeah,
go
absolutely.
to Johnson, so be it.
Right.
Yeah, no,
And that'll help
absolutely.
us out next election.
You people who are diehard socialist Bernie Sanders supporters, you fucking dipshits out there who think that
Nobody
socialism
out there
actually
is
works.
listening to this shit. So
No,
you're
but
not
they're
talking
the ones that are out there.
there.
You have been called bumbling idiots by the one who cheated her way and defeated your man. So you're going to go vote for her? You go right on ahead and walk into that slaughterhouse. That just proves their point that you're bumbling idiots.
Very true.
Go vote for
Although
fucking
the
Johnson
whole,
if you don't like Trump.
let's be honest though, the whole cheating thing is severely overstated.
You know, it
Regardless
basically-
of what happened, she was going to
getting
beat
either
him
way.
right,
in the primaries by several million votes. So that, I mean, yes, there was some. Oh, they skewed the media and whatever else, and they did some other shit to make her look better. But that's typical politics. There was no quote
Yeah, but not
unquote
at this
cheating
level ever
going
seen
on.
before, though. Like she
No,
owns
no,
all
no.
the major outlets.
No, just not that we've ever had the apparatus. In other words, the internet and
Exposure.
information to know this shit before. But of course, it's been done before. It's politics. She
At
didn't
this
cheat
magnitude,
anything.
though?
She didn't cheat anything. She was going to win the nomination no matter what. There was always going to be more people that voted for her than Bernie Sanders. She did
Oh,
not
sure.
cheat.
This was her coronation. Absolutely.
Yeah. So
I mean,
that
this
was
the deal
not.
made in 2008 because they
Yeah.
told her, step aside, let the black guy win. I mean, that's not being racist. That's just what they did.
So
And they were like,
you
we'll
know.
give you Secretary of State position, and you'll have your chance in 2016 if you're still relevant to the people.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is her coronation. Absolutely. No doubt about it. The fact of the matter is she has more media in her back pocket than any other presidential candidate in history. Like, I think the only real major network out there that's not up Hillary's ass might be Fox. And what did the Democrats do to discredit Fox? They're like, oh, that's right-wing fucking crazy people.
She
So they're
still
trying
doesn't have as much media backing as Obama does. Period.
No,
And
that's not right wing crazy people. That's the basket of deplorables.
Right.
She is still she is the lesser of the two golden childs when it comes to dealing with her and Obama. I mean, she's going to get less media she already has gotten far less media coverage. She is far less favored in the media
is
than
it less
Obama.
media
So
coverage, or is it just she's trying to deliberately stay out of the public camera? Like,
it's
she
a
goes
little
on
bit of
these
both.
tirades where she's
Understand,
gone.
even her own party, even the media doesn't like her. They simply dislike Trump more. That's what it essentially boils down to.
And what's
the
funny
media,
is nationally she
the
has higher
media
negatives than
doesn't
he does.
fucking like the Clintons. They never have. They never have. But the Clintons were always, to them, the lesser of two evils.
Except
and so
this
they
year.
always jumped on that bandwagon.
So that and they wanted to live, so
yeah.
Oh,
But-
did you hear what she said today in Florida when she was campaigning?
No.
She said that she was in New York City on 9/11 when it happened. Guess what?
That's shit.
I remember the news. She fucking lied. She wasn't in New York City at all.
Newsflash, bitch lies.
Yeah, she
She's
tells
great.
the truth.
She's
She's
been in
lying.
Washington.
I'm sure she dodged sniper fire in New York on 9/11.
No, I'm surprised she
Now,
didn't say
don't
that she
get
was
too
in
much
one of
into
the
that,
planes.
because then you're going to start playing into the whole, oh, there was Muslims dancing on the streets when 9/11 happened. I have video of it. That's what Trump said, right? Which is all bullshit. So you can't get too much into that crap. That's all, whatever.
All right.
But
Shit. Where were we?
Gangrenous cunt versus mummified cock. I think that's what we were at.
Is that a new
think
horror
that's-
movie I don't know about?
I think that's where we are.
It might
yeah,
be.
I think it's a new Mel Gibson movie.
And weed-laced pubes in the Libertarian Party with the little L. Hey, we only got to deal with this shit for 7 more days.
No,
then we gotta deal with whatever happens.
No,
We got to deal with whatever happens. So this Soul 7 Days
I meant
is
the
just
what if
the
part.
beginning. This is the beginning of the end.
Right, the what if part. Because we all know if Hillary
look at it.
on-
You have we have two outcomes here. We either get fucking Hillary Clinton, which you never know what's going to happen, but I'm feeling like we may get a situation where we may get 2000 again, where you have one candidate that wins the popular vote and one candidate that wins the electoral vote.
Yeah.
And I feel like the way that's going to go is Trump will win the popular vote, but Clinton will win the electoral vote.
I agree.
That's what that's kind of what I'm leaning towards at this point. I feel like the people are going to pull it out, especially after this FBI thing. They're going to pull it out for Trump, but that she's still going to take the electoral college. We'll see what happens. I don't know yet, but we either get her for 4 years, which is just it's hell,
Or maybe like
or we get
30 days.
Yeah. Or yeah, until she fucking goes to jail. And then we get Tim Kaine. And quite honestly, I mean, I know he's, typical anti-gun liberal, but I don't know much about him other than that. So we don't know what the fuck this dude is.
Defeatable
But
in
if
Congress.
Hillary gets elected, it's not going to be hell on wheels. It's going to be hell on heels.
There you go.
No, you got to look at it like
let's
this.
understand.
Okay?
Let's understand the other option. If Trump gets elected, okay, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I'm libertarian, so fuck Republicans. But understand that if Trump gets elected, it's the end. It hastens up the end of the Republican Party as a major party in this country.
No,
Huh?
well, no matter who
You should
gets
be
elected,
rejoicing in that. No matter what happens this election, the DNC is dead. The RNC is dead.
Well,
Whatever's
here's the thing,
left,
No, the DNC isn't.
No, the DNC is not dead.
I agree.
They have not suffered the bullshit that the RNC has.
I'm saving
they
that for tomorrow, but I think the DNC will die too.
I don't buy it. I think they hold on. I think they have enough of a foothold. They have their fingers dug into shit enough that they don't die. That if they lose,
hold on,
whether they lose or win,
Matt.
they come back and they find a way to maybe not be stronger. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But at the very least, they come back.
Hold up, Matt.
Suffering no more. They don't come back knocked down
No
anymore.
way, because that's the party of a bunch of crippled,
Out in the chat,
retarded
G-Webs
old
just
people
gave you a 3 FTD salute.
Yeah.
He says the Debs are going to die.
They're going to die, dude, because that is a party of a bunch of crippled, retarded, just
I want that more than
diaper-loaded old people right now. There is no youth and energy in the Democratic Party.
I want that more than anything,
It will
but I don't
die.
buy it. I don't think it happens. They have their fucking hands up the skirts of every fucking quote-unquote minority community in this country.
No, they've disillusioned the minority parties. They've made them think that the other side is racist.
Absolutely.
Bigot.
But
They're
the
not.
minority, but they don't buy that shit. Yes, of course, we know they're abusing them. We know they're taking advantage, but they have their hands up the skirts of the Hispanics, the
They're not
woman
buying
vote, the black vote, the LGBTQ, RSTUV, WXYZ community,
anymore.
the fucking everything. They have their hands in everything, and all those, even though the black community may not give a shit about the Hispanic community, and the Hispanic community may not give a shit about the LGBTQ community and whatever else, and fucking they don't care about the anti-gun community, but they have their hands up the skirts of all those different communities. It's the reason why the Democrats have been able to stay relevant for so long, because they've made the decision that, you know what, we're not trying to send any one message to everybody. We're catering to all the individual messages to all these little minorities, and we bring them all into our fold under this one umbrella. And even though some of them don't give a shit about gay rights, and some of them don't care about what the black community is going through, and some of them don't give a shit about Hispanics, and some of them don't care about what the anti-gunners want to do, but we bring them under our umbrella. We get that voting block. They've got their hands in it. They do not die the way the RNC can. The RNC, they've got their, you know, they don't have an umbrella. You know what I mean? Their umbrella is much, much, much smaller.
You have a very bleak
much
outlook.
more, and that's just how it is, man.
No, you're just bleak, man. I'm telling you.
No, it's not. It's not about being bleak. That's just, I mean, looking at it across the board, the DNC, the Democrats have, the liberals, progressives, whatever the fuck you want to call them, all in one. It's an all-in-one package. They have consistently been much smarter and much more patient over the course of the last 100 years to slowly dig their way into all these different communities and all these different minority voting blocks, and to help build them into one bigger voting block. I mean, we know this is for a fact that when you break down the way this country votes, okay, just across the board, I think it's somewhere around 63 to 64% of the people in this country, just across the board. If there was no commercials, no nothing, if you just had to walk up to them, you know, every 4 years in November and say, all right, who are you going to vote for, Republican or Democrat? And you didn't know who the hell they were. There was nothing. 63 to 64% of the country would always vote Democrat because of how they have wormed their way into all these different communities, all these different minorities, all these different ideologies, and they've managed to pull them together under one umbrella. They've done it in a very smart way. And the RNC, the Republicans, have never fucking done that. And so going forward, the RNC, you know, if their guy wins, given everything that's going on, there is a much greater chance that they start. I mean, both parties are already starting to crumble. We know this. But the RNC is going to fast track themselves. I mean, whether they win or not, they're already on a much faster track to just crumbling than the DNC is. The only difference is, you know, Hillary wins, the DNC, they speed up their, you know, destruction by 20%, right? But it's 20% of a much slower progressive rate.
Hold on,
whereas
Matt,
if the RNC speeds up their deterioration by 20%, if Trump gets elected, because Trump's looked at this, he's him and his hardcore supporters, and even people who are just going, well, I'm going to vote for him because he's the better of two evils, you know, and they have just kind of, you know, the media, whether it's Bill Maher or, you know, Michael Moore or the Daily Show or whoever the fuck it is, all these people, they put this out there in the media that if you're voting for Trump, you're a bigot, you're a racist, you're anti-gay, you're you know, all this stuff. They've just put this out there on everybody. So the Republican Party was already crumbling, and they're going to crumble more because they're just going to assume, because Trump is a ridiculously horrible example of a human being, that everybody's going to be this racist, bigot, fucking whatever. It's gonna help to deteriorate.
Matt, take another shot. Take another shot.
Let me tell you why I don't buy it.
Am I talking too much on my own chat?
Yeah, you're talking too much on my
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait.
because Matt, because you didn't bring your list for tonight.
Let me tell you why I don't buy that at all, okay? Now, you made some good points, but there's a lot of fluff in there, and I'll tell you why. The
It's
reason
not
is
fluff, it's fact.
no, it's not fact.
Keep it
It's
short.
conjecture. It's absolute conjecture because you're saying that the
Sean,
Democratic
you're
Party.
wrong and you're
Wait a
ignorant
minute,
and you
wait a
don't
minute.
understand the truth.
I'm a xenophobe and
now
I'm
I'm
a
just trying to piss
right?
him
And
off.
a
I'm
defender.
literally just trying to piss him off.
It's
That's
not
all.
going to
I want
work.
to see you get pissed off.
You will see the light when I lay this out. That makes pretty good sense. You said that the Democratic Party has done a great job in undermining, in trying to grab all the minorities together. I'm going to use Smeggy's
Well, I didn't say great,
state.
but they've done a much better job than the
Okay,
Republicans.
I'm going to use Smeggy State as an example, okay? The black people in Michigan, especially in Detroit and Ann Arbor, they have wised the fuck up there. Because if you look at the population breakdown in Detroit, it's almost 50% Arab now. That's one of the biggest hotbeds of refugee relocation in the entire country. Okay, when Donald Trump goes to Michigan and he speaks to the black community up there, he's telling these people, "I'm going to stop the hemorrhaging of unvetted refugees that keep pouring into your city." Okay, so they're not unifying shit because all they're doing is dumping another nation's problems on another minority city. He could pull the same thing off in Chicago.
Hey,
He's
Sean,
winning.
hold on. Maybe he thought Detroit being a wreck and a destroyed city would make them feel more like they're at home.
Well, he pointed out.
Wow.
He pointed out that look. This guy is a man of numbers. Okay, he puts
Look,
out
the whole
numbers
reason they went to Michigan
of their
is because
jobs in
they're too
Michigan.
scared to go to Oakland.
Well, he pointed out the numbers of jobs lost by Delphi, Delco, GM, Ford, Chrysler, everybody who left Detroit thanks to NAFTA, thanks to free trade, thanks to unvetted refugees, thanks to crime, anything out there. He started laying out the numbers and he told the black community, he was like, look, you're the ones who inherited this city. You're the ones who voted for the leadership who led you to the destruction of what was once the greatest city in the nation. You were Motown. You built all the cars in the nation. You built the tanks in World War II. You had everything, and the leadership you voted for let you down. And you're going to vote for them again? That's the definition of insanity. You're going to keep trying to vote for the same shit, expecting a new result, and you're not getting it. And I'm telling you that I will stop the bleeding of the people who keep coming in to replace you, who keep taking your jobs, who keep outsourcing everything out of this city and out of this state. He's winning them over by leaps and bounds. Just look at his crowds when he has these rallies in Detroit, Philadelphia. He was in fucking Valley Forge, Pennsylvania today. 20,000 people. People showed up and stood in line for 3 hours to be there, and like 7,500 people were turned away because the building was already at capacity. That has never, ever, ever happened at any Democratic rally anywhere, ever. It just doesn't happen, okay? This whole media spin of it's over for Trump is BS because the latest poll
But
showed
they're
that Hillary
spinning
was
it that
up
way
12.
anymore.
She was up 12 in like 3 states. Now she's down 2 in 6 days. Okay, they're not reporting this. You have to go and look for it, and you find it, and then you read it, and you see it, and you go, well, the polls that the Clinton News Network and the All About Clinton Network are going to report whatever they want, or they're going to go to a university full of fucking liberals, and they're going to say, who did you vote for? And they're going to say, well, I voted for Clinton.
Let's drop the polls for a second because the polls. I mean, either way, the polls still lean Hillary Clinton. So let's take a break from.
But
the
they
polls
could
for a
be
second.
wrong. They could be wrong.
Yeah, they absolutely could be wrong. When we're a week out, there are people out there who are going to vote who don't care. There are people out there that are going to vote who don't even know what the hell's going on with Hillary Clinton as far as the FBI reopening this investigation. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that happens. There's a lot of stuff that happens that's going to happen in this week leading up to everything that can or cannot mean anything. There's a reason why there's an electoral college versus the popular vote. Okay, this happened in 2000. Okay, we saw it happen the exact opposite about what we're talking about right now, and the other side bitched and moaned and fucking I mean, Al Gore still goes around talking about how I was supposed to be the next president of the United States, but it was stolen from me.
Right.
Well, that's because the way our system's set up, you fucking lost, bitch. Shut the fuck up, sit down, stop bitching about it. You lost. Okay, you won the popular vote.
Go build us another internet.
But you fucking lost the Electoral College, which is what elects presidents. So
And
we have to understand this. I
Hang
mean,
on.
Play the games like the rule book says.
Well, you know, it's funny you say that because I was thinking about this just the other day. What do you think would happen if Trump wins the popular vote, but Clinton wins the electoral? Do you think all those people, maybe not you guys here, but do you think all those people that were like, suck it up, sunshine, when their dude won because of the votes, but didn't have the popular, do you think they'll all of a sudden be like, oh my God, the popular vote was for Trump, he should be president?
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm calling dibs on it right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're going to do exactly what the Democrats did.
The Electoral College should be done away with. It's obsolete. It's
No, it should not.
No, it should.
I'm going to tell you right now. Wait. If the Electoral College goes away, we will never see another Republican or conservative as president again. Period.
No,
you want to hear people say this shit all the fucking time.
So you say.
So I say it's the fucking numbers. You look at where
we don't need the Electoral College anymore because the Electoral College.
You live in fucking California.
You live in California. It's too susceptible to corruption. It is too susceptible to corruption.
No,
all our current politicians are the people on the Electoral College.
No,
we need to do away with it. Do away with the corruption,
dude. You live in California. You know, California holds.
It doesn't matter where I live.
No, yes, it does. Yes, it does. Because when we walk, God damn it! Wait, you're talking about.
God damn it, the people have the right to say what they want and get what they want. If we get rid of the Electoral College and the people say we want this person, so the fuck be it. But get rid of the goddamn corrupt politicians in the fucking goddamn Electoral College.
That's great. That's great. But if you go to a straight popular vote, you know what you get? Democracy, not a republic. You get fucking democracy. You get fucking democracy, and you know what happens with democracy? Okay, we've already had this discussion many times before, and it's proven. This is not assumption. This is a fucking fact.
Democracy,
the majority of people in this fucking country will vote with Democrats. Okay, the most of the people in this country. Okay, Hillary can win 20 out of 50 fucking states and win this election by a landslide. Why? Because the majority of the population live in states where they vote fucking Democrat. If we get rid of the Electoral College, you will never see another goddamn Republican or conservative win again. Why? Because most people live on the left or the fucking right coast, where most people vote fucking Democrat. No, that's not wrong. That's a fucking fact.
Tell me how many please, for the love of fucking God. Jesus. Okay. How many times has the Republican won, but the popular vote went to the Democrat? Like one time in the past history, which means that all the other times that the Republicans won, they would have won anyways because they still had the popular vote total. So it's not like it's going to be the end of the freaking world.
No, it's not going to be the end of the world. But understand something. That is the Electoral College. What do you think the spread between the Electoral College is and the popular vote?
I need to say something. Because
it's your chat.
You're skewed on this just a little bit because our country was founded, and I especially remember this, that Benjamin Franklin said, "I give you a republic if you can keep it." We're supposed to be a republic. We're not supposed to be a democracy. If you want a democracy, go ahead, try. It'll fail. We're supposed to be a republic, but the fact is, we've let the Democrats run all over us.
You guys are being so ridiculously one-dimensional. You're saying that if the Electoral College didn't exist, right, that people would vote Democrat.
Yes, it would. That's a fucking fact.
Wait a minute. You're assuming that if one element was gone, that the other elements will stay the same. You're assuming that if the Electoral College disappeared, that the two-party stranglehold would remain. It's because of the Electoral College that there is a two-party stranglehold. The Electoral
that's
College
incorrect.
was originally developed as 50 state elections, right? So that way no one state can overpopulate and over-influence the rest of the nation, okay? This was at a time when the nation was tiny, okay? We have 320 million people here now. We have enough people to make a popular vote work, because if you do away with the Electoral College, you do away with the two-party system. And there's no time in history now that has been better than any other time before where we can get rid of the two-party system. Because on the one side, we have a man who realized that if he ran as an independent, he wouldn't win. So he took over a party by corporate takeover, because the RNC and the DNC are technically businesses. He took over one, and now he's going to redefine it in his image, okay? He took that party, but he's going to fucking destroy it because he's redefining it. And then on the other side, you have a party that could actually be dissolved legally because of the corruption of everybody in it. We're not talking about just the Secretary of State. We're talking about this going all the way to the President of the United States, who knowingly and willingly involved himself in a private server with a fake name and tried to lie about it, saying he had no knowledge of it until he saw it in the news, okay? The entire party is corrupt. That side can be dissolved legally. Trump's side can be dissolved because he's redefining it. This two-party thing is over. People are sick of the two-party system. People say that the Electoral College is defunct because they're tired of the stranglehold and the constraints of the Electoral College.
I agree.
Let it all go and burn. Start it over. We started this.
That's fine. I mean, people are going to start. People are already on both sides moving away from the whole, party thing and whatever, and they're looking at third parties and whatever. But the idea that we need to walk away from a republic and go to a democracy, the idea that we need to get rid of the Electoral College, okay, because it's mob fucking rule. That has been proven time and time again. This is not up for fucking debate. This isn't we can prove it today. We can prove it 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 years ago. If mob rule was the thing that we did, we would have been a fucking communist, socialist nation a long fucking time ago. That's not up for fucking debate.
Matt, the rule determines the outcome of every election, the presidency. So where's your point?
We need the Electoral College.
No. Listen to me. Where's your point? Mob rule selects everybody but the President of the United States. Do you see what I'm saying? Congress and the Senate can nullify and make a president a neutered, useless person.
But they don't.
Mob rule can do that to the Electoral College. So what you're saying has no bearing whatsoever. There's no point to what you're saying. Because if you get rid of the Electoral College, mob rule can define everything. Okay? We're saying that the Electoral College only determines the president. Mob rule elects everything else, including the representatives of the Electoral College. So what's your point?
So
the popular vote picks everything but the president. They even pick the people in the Electoral College.
Yeah.
So there's no point in having it then. The mob
rule. I humbly request my 2 minutes.
Go ahead, Nathan.
Please, Nathan. You're long overdue. I apologize.
As Night Strike's representative, I'll give you permission.
Okay, so here's hold on. I wanted to say this earlier in the chat, but I think the FBI director, James Comey, is mad because Hillary talked so much smack about him. He's getting so much bad press, saying he's going to retire or get fired or something. But
you mean get suicided? I mean,
yeah.
No, he's saying
he's been doing things, and then I posted this thing in the side chat. The FBI just released all the information on the investigation into the pardon when Bill Clinton was going out of office, he pardoned a guy who was treasonous, who his wife had paid the former Clinton Foundation a lot of money, like $2 million.
Yeah, if only they would do something to Clinton for that, but they won't because president.
All I'm saying is there is no mob rule if there's no two-party system. You see what I'm saying?
I didn't
mean,
derail
It's
that
not
train.
a two-party system.
It's derail that train.
It's about
Good try, but yeah, they've.
The Libertarian Party gets more credibility without the Electoral College.
Okay.
Well, yes, of course they do, but they still lose.
That's what you
and
want,
we
isn't it?
still get mob rule. I mean, we still get mob rule.
Is it mob
which-
if the nation stands behind somebody though?
Yes, it is, because the nation is full of a bunch of fucking people that
You are part of
swayed
that
because
nation.
a politician comes in and goes, "We care about
you and I
your
are part of that
your LGBTQ rights." So yes, please.
They only care about the
come
votes.
vote
They
for
don't
this
care about the
politician,
individual people.
Even
They don't
though
care
that
about.
politician is anti-gun and
Talking about the
anti-freedom and
corruption.
anti-everything.
They're more into money and they're more into
They
things.
do that shit.
Hey, look, if everyone's going to talk, let's all do
That
it.
shit happens no matter what.
Right.
That
The
shit
heavy,
happens no matter
heavy sees the wood for the trees. It doesn't matter what system you have.
Democracy has already been proven to not work. It's the
And
reason
communism
we
has
set up
already
our
proven
country
not
the
to
way
work,
we
and
did.
socialism has
There
already
has to be a
proven not to
little
work.
bit of beyond the masses opinion.
So we need to go
Yeah,
to anarchy.
But so
Well,
far
I just
in
like to point this
Republic,
out. Hold on, I got something to point out real quick. Sorry, guys. But okay, the electoral colleges make it to where one state does not influence the vote greatly, right?
Right.
But yet
the
you
population
have
was way
states like
smaller
New
back then.
York, California,
based on the
fucking
population.
Illinois. Yeah, based on the population, they have more votes in the electoral college. Therefore, they affect.
And it's winner take all.
Right. And geographically, if you look at the Electoral College map, it's a lot more red than it is blue, but these little spots of blue are worth more. So technically, they've turned into the thing they were trying to prevent.
So the electoral college, it teeters to one side
It needs to
indefinitely,
be modified.
and it needs to.
It needs to just
maybe
be
it doesn't need to
nullified.
Reverted.
Maybe it needs to be,
It's
No,
as
no.
Fu said, modified.
Nullified.
If you get rid of the electoral college, we would have had Al Gore as president for
I don't
8
buy
years. That's a
I don't-
fucking
okay, so that would have
fact.
been one time.
That would have been
that-
4 years of a short-term investment, possibly. Yes, you're right.
Yes,
but
possibly.
there might have been.
We might have
four
been flying
parties after
cars.
that.
And,
There
and
might
guess
have been
what, though,
4
Matt?
parties after that.
'Cause
There
he
might
would
have
have
been more
admitted them.
voices.
Maybe we would,
What
and
if they
maybe
fix
if we
global warming?
endured. No, again. Are we going to sit here and debate whether or not the people that formed our fucking government, that formed our fucking country,
They
are
formed the country
or
when
are
they had the
not,
population of the state of
they did or
California
didn't
only.
have the sense
That's
to
enough.
figure this shit out? Because we sit here and argue the Constitution all the time, but all of a sudden we're going to fucking say, well, we shouldn't be a republic anymore. Let's go to democracy. Let's go to fucking mob rule. Let's do all this bullshit. No. They set this shit up a certain way, and we've sat here and bitched about the fact that people are trying to move it away to something else. The
All right, let me
Democrats
ask you this,
want a
Matt.
democracy because they know it means they will almost never lose. They would love to get rid of the electoral college.
Matt,
Dem-
let me ask
That's
you
the
this.
part I can.
No, they wouldn't, because then they
Matt.
couldn't buy the
How can-
elections.
How can you say that the Democrats would win every single time if there was no electoral college? Except for
because
the fact
numbers
that
show
no,
it.
dude.
The
Matt,
fucking legit numbers
He's
of how
actually
people
right,
vote
Spanky.
show it.
no, because every
Spanky.
time that the Republican has won the electoral college, they also won the popular vote, which means without the electoral college, they still,
They still
would have
won.
Except for Al
They won
Gore,
the
that's the
popular
only
also.
time that the Republicans would have lost and Democrats would have won if it was popular vote. And I
One
don't know
time.
how far back it goes into history, but the majority of the time, at least, even
Yes, but you do understand there are polls and there are studies that are done every single time that show the difference between the electoral college and the popular vote.
so every
and the
single
vast
time the popular
majority
vote
of-
goes to
and
Democrats, no. Sometimes the popular vote goes
the
to
vast
Republicans.
majority of the time there is a difference, even if both favor the Democrats. Okay, sometimes the difference can be, well, in the Electoral College, the Democrats won by 4 points, but in the popular vote, they would have won by 15.
You're
okay?
still drinking the two-party Kool-Aid, though.
There is legitimate studies that have been done on this that have shown if you go to mob rule, if you go to
Matt, these are two-party confined systems.
This
though.
shouldn't be up for debate. There have been studies done.
The studies were under the confines of a
ever consider?
I understand
did
that.
you
I understand,
ever
but I feel like
consider-
I'm talking to a bunch of
Did you ever
anti-gunners
No,
about
you're
gun
not.
stuff.
You're the
There
one
have
sounding
been
more like an
legitimate
anti-gunner than
studies
anybody
done.
else. So anytime anybody tries to talk, you start yelling and screaming above everybody.
Okay, guys, one at a time, please.
I wanted to say really quick, just really quick. Did you ever think that
I want
maybe
some bacon.
the people who are disenfranchised and all that don't vote because they feel their vote doesn't count? Maybe if they knew their vote counted, they would go out and vote more.
Because the Electoral College proves that their vote doesn't count.
Oh wait,
I got a better thing for you.
I want to address heavy. That is a legitimate point, and that is something that absolutely makes sense and could legitimately be something we should take into consideration.
Sure.
So I mean that absolutely plays to what you're talking about as far as going complete democracy versus republic or whatever. I'll just say that you have to understand that had to be one of the things that the founders thought about. They thought about that fact.
The founders never expected America to have 320 million people. Okay, when they designed this, there was less than 20 million.
Let me address what Heavy's saying. Okay, they had to have thought about that and said, well, yes, there's going to be times where people are going to realize, oh, my vote counts, so I'm going to do this, and that works out for a while. But at some point, somebody is able to, influence a certain portion of the population, and then that no longer becomes a factor. So I don't want to, I'm not trying to sit here and say that one thing is better over the other, but this is the government we're supposed to have because we all are supposed to sit here and trust, because we talk about the fucking Constitution all the time. We talk about the Second Amendment. We talk about all this stuff. We trust these people to make those decisions, but all of a sudden we're going to say, yeah, but when it comes to voting for president, we should just fucking say, fuck you. You didn't know what the hell you were talking about. And
We'll let the
here we go.
college do it for you.
But what I'm saying is, and this has been proven, okay? This is not, I'm not talking out of my ass. This has been proven, okay, especially over the last century, that people who, like us, generally care about conservative values, gun rights, that type of thing, we have come ahead because of the Electoral College. So for people to all of a sudden say we should just dump that shit as people who have been the ones who have come ahead and taken advantage of that particular system, it seems absolutely ridiculous to me, especially since it's the other side that has been preaching we should get rid of this system. Okay? So just take all this, there's a bigger picture here. I'm not saying that our system is perfect, and I'm not saying that I 100% buy into everything that the founders laid out. I'm just saying you don't just come on here and say we should get rid of the Electoral College and everything will be fucking great, because there is absolutely no evidence that that's the truth. In fact, quite the opposite. So you don't just say that shit and try and talk people into that stuff.
I can say that shit. Wait, let me just stop you right before you make me forget my point. Okay. Your studies, your proof, your evidence of an electoral college, okay, this was designed by a group of men who dealt with a country with a population the size of only the state of California, an entire nation with a population the size of California. That means there was few people.
45 versus 360?
Few people spread out far and wide. At the time, they thought the Electoral College was a necessity, so one state couldn't overbearingly rule over another. Okay, this was in the 13 colonies level. There was far fewer people. This was a far bigger issue. But what you're also saying is that their structure of this system is so far ahead of its time that it cannot be interpreted and evolved into today's society. Today's society has 320 million people in 50 states and like 7 protectorates, okay? This whole system now needs to be modified because the original system is so rigid that it does not even see the third party that you follow, okay? If you overthrow the Electoral College, you get to overthrow the two-party biocracy or whatever.
And you're right. No,
you
you're
get to kill that off.
Sean,
The thing is, wait. The thing is you keep saying this thing about mob rule, okay? Who's to say that every party's supporters are not a mob, okay? If you have a two-party system and you split it only 2 ways, and you say, well, if you break that, it's mob rule, it might be. But the thing is it's a popular vote with 320 million people geographically spread over hundreds of millions of square miles.
That's incorrect.
No, that geographically it's hundreds of millions of square miles.
That's very incorrect because the vast majority of people live in places like California.
You're talking about populated city centers. Yes,
No,
we are spread out farther than we have ever been.
Of this country, the vast majority of people live in areas that are controlled by Democrats and liberals.
But you're assuming that there will still only be Democrats and Republicans. And I'm trying to tell you that your ideology of an electoral college that confines you to these 2 things, you need to let that go too.
The Electoral College is not like it was originally. They amended it.
You have to let all of
the
it
Electoral
go.
College. They used to say only state representatives or state sent people from the state houses could go and vote on presidents.
Yeah, well, that's how it was set up, right? There
That
was
was
50
originally
separate
how it was set up,
elections
and
in
now
50
it's
separate
gone
states.
Popular vote in every state due to
And
an
your
amendment.
delegates were selected by you through your popular vote. And then those guys would have to
Not the
represent
state
the
representatives.
popular vote of your state.
Right.
Right. Okay. So what we're saying is the quote mob rule selected the presidential candidate of their state, which means they selected their delegates of their state, and those delegates of their state are just a smaller mob because they have to represent
Are
the mob of their state.
smarter, well educated, and in the know better than the common person.
Are
That
they?
was the
Are
intent.
they?
Yes,
We
they
have
are.
talked nothing.
Yes, they are.
Not
Yes, they are. Because most people out there are fucking
Back in the day, it was.
No, I get
We're
you.
not
but
gonna
we're
get-
saying
we're not
you're
gonna-
giving
we're
them a
not
lot
gonna
more
end
credit
this.
than they deserve
Most people out there want to vote for fucking Hillary Clinton. They're fucking idiots.
because
not
they're
gonna
not.
resolve
being
this tonight,
educated.
guys.
Quite honestly, as somebody who cares about my constitutional rights, I don't want most of those fucking people fucking controlling whether or not I fucking
agree with
keep
you.
my goddamn
And I agree with you. And
you
your
know,
founding
constitutional
fathers,
rights.
the founding fathers set up a system of, wow, imagine this, amendments, because they knew that their original set of rules
Yes, they did.
had to evolve with the
And those
times.
amendments
And what we're
require
trying-
a lot of
and everybody else has said in different ways, obviously, is that the system that we currently have has outlived its usefulness. Now, we're
No, it
all
has not.
approaching this at different angles. We're all saying
No.
that either the
I do
two-party
not
system
believe
is
it has
out.
at all.
Really?
Not at
So
all.
you're perfectly cool with the two-party system as a
No.
libertarian?
No, not the two-party system. The system set up in
is
America.
not. The two-party system is not fed by the way our government is set up. It is not.
No,
fed
but
by
the Electoral
Constitution.
College is, isn't
It is
it?
not fed by the Electoral College. No, it is not. Just because
No.
two parties have taken advantage of the system, which, by the way, they always have. The two parties we deal with now have not always been the only two parties. Okay?
Right. And
It's
they're
about the fucking
let them die then.
Yeah,
There
they're
used to be the
choosing
Whig
to
Party.
put parties ahead of each other.
So let
It
them
is not
die.
our system. It is not. The founders didn't fuck up, and now we have to fix it. Okay? The
No, I
founders
didn't say
put
they
into
fucked up. I
place
said
something
that they already saw that
worked.
it could evolve.
No, because then you start to sound like a fucking progressive that says, well, the Constitution's
So Matt,
Christ,
he's
now
actually-
you're
he's
saying
fair,
that
he's
we
fair.
all have
They
to be
wanted it
fucking
to
cavemen
evolve.
for the rest of our lives. Social progressivism just means moving forward with the times. I'm not saying you have to go full liberal to do it, but the fact of the matter is this system, it don't work no more. Okay?
The
We've been-
founders, hold on, the founders wanted it to evolve, but they set up certain standards in the process and did
Yes.
the Federalist Papers to explain them so that everyone could understand the concepts.
Yes,
Now,
and those
if
standards
we
can
all
also
of a sudden
evolve.
decide to get a king and a queen and bring them in, that would totally go against it. But
Right, because those
just
are
trying to say-
appointed by God.
Fair
A
enough.
king and a queen, that
But-
is. I'm just using your example.
But we've changed it so much that every change that comes to the Constitution is
Scrutinized
taken
heavily.
away from the original,
And that's the
and
thing, we've
making it more
changed it.
like
We've-
Europe.
But and Nathan, you're right, because we've changed it, but we've done it the wrong way. We've changed it through ridiculous Supreme Court decisions. We've changed it through stuff that the founders never intended us to change it through. They intended us to change the Constitution.
How did they intend? How did they intend
through
the right for
Convention
women
of the
to vote?
States.
How
That's
did they
the way
intend the 19th Amendment? Did they intend that at all?
The Convention of the States.
Did they intend for women to have the right to vote? You're saying that.
No, they left it
certain changes
open
were
for everybody to vote. They knew the state as it was at that time,
had
but
to
they left
evolve
it.
with changing of the times. Yes.
Yes, no, absolutely, and they put a specific way to do that in place.
Right, and look,
Okay?
what I'm saying
they did
is,
not ever intend for the Supreme Court to start redefining what the Constitution means, but that's what progressives and liberals and Democrats have done.
progressive
and-
was not a bad word until about 30 years ago, maybe 50 years ago.
Progressive's always been a bad fucking word, but
Really?
nobody
Because
fucking
what
knew
you
about
talk about is social progressivism. What you believe in, Matt, is social progressivism. When you
No.
say that you believe in the definition of marriage, but you don't give a shit what gay people do in their bedroom, you are a social progressive because you would turn
no, I'm not.
a blind
I'm only that because you assume that the government should have some fucking hand
eye. You
in.
don't want their hand in it.
In fucking marriage. They
But that's
shouldn't.
social
Progressivism. No,
Because
progressivism.
that is a
has-
social standard, and because you
No,
are
it's
willing to
not.
turn a blind eye to
Progressivism comes from
but they
fucking
can't make a law
Marxism.
against
It's
it.
Marxism light. Progressivism has nothing to do with
Once
fucking
upon
what.
a time, you would get thrown off a building for being gay. In some countries, you still get thrown off a building for being gay. The fact that we have a country where we can turn our blind eye to that and say we don't care as long as you don't bother us, that's progressive. We have progressed as a society and allowed that as long as it doesn't affect
That is a
definition of
I'm
progressivism.
talking progressivism as a political ideology. You're talking about progressivism as, well, we've progressed as a society. Those are
That's
two
what
different
it
fucking
means
things.
by definition.
No,
You're trying to split the hair now.
Progressivism, there is a legitimate progressivism, being a quote unquote progressive, as Hillary Clinton calls it. That is a legitimate political ideology in this country and quite honestly all across the world. If you want to talk about it as, well, the meaning of the word progressive means this, then yes, we've all quote unquote progressed. But if you want
Yes.
to talk about what being a quote unquote political progressive means, those are two different fucking things.
No, what you're
Okay?
talking
I'm
about
not a
is
political
took a good
progressive.
idea
I am
and
somebody who
put
can
it
sit here and
in
say,
and she
well,
touched
yes,
it
we
inappropriately. And that's what everyone is supposed to accept now. And what I'm trying to tell you is they cling on. Liberals do this. They cling on to a good idea and fuck it up. Okay. And what you're buying into is the word progressive. Anything that has to do with progress has to deal with liberalism. And what I'm
No,
trying to
of
tell
course
you
not.
is
I'm
they
not.
took it
I
and
have
they
never
ruined it.
said that.
No,
No,
what I'm saying is we're accepting that. We're saying, oh, well, now we're at the split the hair because obviously this is progress, but this is political. And the thing is they made it that way. They took it and they fucked it up. But it was never a bad word until they fucked it up.
No, progress is always a good thing. I, as a human being, have progressed throughout my entire life to get to the point to where I am. That's
Right.
awesome. But
Exactly.
when it comes to being a political force or a political party or whatever it is, progressivism is
All right, guys.
is wrong. It's bad. I'm sorry,
we
Nice
gotta
Right.
take
Go ahead.
that.
Jump
Guys,
in.
take
It's your
the
chat.
power
It's your
back,
chat.
you're
Go
saying.
ahead.
Get to a stopping point. Rein this in. Get to a stopping point.
All
'cause
right. Nice Right.
I have to talk about something because
Okay, that's
people
fine.
have been asking about it on YouTube.
Nice Strike. I have stopped. We are done.
We're cool.
Okay. Somebody was unhappy that we weren't pro Cubs for the World Series, and I know some of you guys aren't baseball fans and
I don't
whatnot.
give a shit about baseball.
Me neither.
But the current score right now is 7-2. The Cubs are winning.
Look,
Nobody
baseball is
gives
a
a shit.
sport.
Go Cubbies!
Baseball is a sport
So
that's
I just
fun
wanted
to
to
play,
get
but
that out
boring
there
as
for
shit
the-
to watch. I'm sorry.
But baseball is like an American sport. It's truly American. More
So
so than football.
basketball.
Okay, is it okay to say I don't give a shit about any sport?
No, it's cool.
'Cause
Well,
I don't
well,
give a shit
no,
about it.
you don't.
I don't
you
watch.
You don't
in
like
la-
shooting sports?
No, I don't. I don't watch that shit. I don't care about the shit. If I'm the one shooting, then I'm having fun. I'm great. Yeah, there you go. But
It's
I don't give a
7-2
shit.
in the top
All
of the
right.
seventh. The Cubs are going to win.
I don't
So I
give a
mean,
shit.
fuck it.
Sports in general, that's to me that's a distraction. So
All right. Anyways,
I agree with Sean.
I-
Actually, baseball's been shit since the '90s.
Anyways, I think I'm going to call it because
You're going to cut
I
short
want-
the highest viewership show you've ever had.
no, it's not the highest. We've had
I
more than
guarantee
this.
you it is.
I don't know how many.
Do you want to continue arguing?
You
I can
had,
let
like,
you
what-
continue arguing if you want.
Why
Not
don't you just
arguing.
carry the conversation over to Matt's chat tomorrow?
You know what?
Y'all
That's
can
what I'm
argue
going to
there.
say. To be continued.
Oh,
Back to the
and we
Future
will
style.
continue it tomorrow. By the way,
Fair enough.
To be continued on Matt's chat tomorrow. What time is it again, Matt?
9:00 Central.
What Central?
9 o'clock Central Time.
Okay, 9:00 Central.
Texas time, the only time that fucking
Texas
matters.
time that matters. Yes.
No, Mountain
Yeah.
Standard Time and Eastern Time.
Yeah, but y'all vote Democrat, so nobody gives a shit about your time.
Fuck you.
Mountain
No,
Time.
no.
That
I
time
gotta say
Libby
it in true G Web's fashion. Fuck that dude.
Times
Anyways, on that note, and I'm not giving you any fucking royalties either. We're calling it. Thanks.
Every second matters tomorrow.
Every
That's
second
okay, you
matters
don't have to
tomorrow.
give me any
Edition
royalties because it's all hit or miss.
It is, even on your chat.
That's a quarter.
But not on Friday night sites. Come check it out, 7 p.m.
Oh, hit the button. I got to piss.
Pacific Standard Time.
I seriously got to piss
Who
too.
gives
I've
a fuck
drank
about
a
your
lot of
pants?
fucking
Get your
alcohol,
pants,
so
God damn it.
hurry the fuck up.
I'm
was
sorry,
promote-
Travis. We didn't
I
get to
was
you.
goddamn
No, it's all right, man. It's cool.
promote my fucking channel and everybody fucking just talked right over it. That's fucking
Heavy B.
Friday night
Wait,
sites,
wait, wait,
Friday
wait,
night
wait,
sites,
wait.
Hold up.
All I gotta say is
Friday
fuck
night sites,
you,
Friday night
fuck
sites,
you,
Friday night
fuck
sites,
you,
Friday night
Travis
No.
sites, Friday night sites.
I'm gonna throw this out. Heavy B.
I'm out.
Heavy B. Friday Night Sites, the best motherfucking chat you will ever listen to. Go check that shit out Friday night. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't getting laid. You're a bunch of gun fucking motherfuckers. You ain't getting laid. Your wife don't give a shit about you. On Friday night, you go click on to gunchannels.com. You go hit up Heavy B. You get on there, you listen to some real shit. Go fuck yourself if you ain't listening to that stuff. That's all I'm saying. There you go, Heavy.
All right.
Much love, much love.
On that
There you
note,
go.
I'm going to end it with this. If you have any ideas for topics you want us to talk about, if you have any questions for the next show, just send it to the email, nightstrike1@gmail.com. That's NIGHTSTRYKE,
With
the
a
number
Y.
1@gmail.com. I already said that, damn it. But I'd love to hear your comments, your suggestions, your questions. Send them to me. We'll talk about it on air. Anyways,
one more thing real quick.
all right.
Also, same question posed to people who watch my show. You can send your questions to, very simply, the Heavy B channel at gmail.com.
Oh shit, he went there.
He done did
And
it.
that's for your show. What?
Yeah,
Friday night
There's
sites?
there are no Y's in that. Yeah, that's for Friday night sites.
Oh, so Friday night sites. Okay.
There's
curious,
totally
Friday Night
wise in
Sites.
that.
It's on the Heavy B channel. Let's see.
All right. Right. On that note, thank
Fuck
you
you.
all for listening. Fuck you, Matt. And this was Hit or Miss.